Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another exciting episode of your favorite podcast, The Journey Called Love. Damola Daisy in the building, and I give practical guides on doing relationship the right way. That's the God's way. Yeah, so we've been on communication since the beginning of April, and I'm sure the last episode was great. It was great, even for me. I had to go listen again. It was definitely great, and I'm sure that we all have learned what communication is like, or what it should be like, and that, like I mentioned last week, we are communicating rightly. So this week we are going to be talking about how to communicate better. Of course, still on communication. I'm going to subtopic it as what to say and then how to say it, because it's a different thing when you know what to say and then you know how exactly to put it, right? So with communication, it's not just about your words. In fact, according to statistics, your words contribute about 7%, just 7% of the whole communication process. So not just your words, there is your tone, which is very, very important, and it takes about 38% of your communication, and then there is your body language that goes to about 55% of your communication. So you might be saying the right things, actually. You wonder why. Okay, so I saw this illustration somewhere, so I'm going to share it. You wonder why you're telling somebody that you're not hungry, you're not mad at them, but they can't seem to believe you. Well, you should probably check your body language, or check the tone at which you're speaking. You're saying what you're saying. So you're telling somebody, no, it's okay, I'm fine. It's okay, I'm fine. I'm not hungry. My guy, it's not aligning, alright? So that's what just to prove that your body language, your tone, they contribute a whole lot compared to actually the words you speak. So I am going to be specifically, or more importantly today, talking about the words itself. We are going to, in subsequent episodes, I think that how you say what you say is dependent on what you are feeling at the moment. And so I'd advise that when you want to communicate, especially for serious conversations or serious issues, it's important that you allow yourself a minute, like allow yourself a breather. Breathe in, breathe out. If you can do that, at that moment when you are hungry and all the feelings are like coming onto you, and are feeling the most vulnerable and the most expressive or angry at the moment, just give yourself a few minutes to like calm down, take things in and just like calm down, because speaking at that moment when you are all emotional would definitely mean you miscommunicating. And you know what they say, words are like eggs. Once you say them, that's the end. No matter how much you try to pack them and then restructure, it has already gone out. So you would want to make sure that you are saying the things you want to say. So many people say things. So many people talk in that state of being angry, and then they come back to say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, but actually you already said it. So to avoid saying things that you don't actually mean, it's important that you take time off to, it could just be a few seconds, take time off to like catch your breath, cool down, calm your nerves, calm the emotions, and then you come back to like communicate the exact things that you want to communicate. So it's common that we talk without thinking most times. Okay, so this is not supposed to be an insult or anything. I do it as well. There are times when you are in conversation with your friends, words just come, you respond to what you are being asked, or to the conversation more like majority of the time without really thinking about your response. But when you want to have serious conversation or serious talk, when it's like a communication that you have to like express what you're feeling about a particular thing, or address an issue, or bring solution to a problem, or listen to someone, you need to put like extra effort, and that's what this is about today. So I have like some guides or some easy guide concept. I think I call it model, but it might not be like your model in the really complex sense of it, So communication model that's supposed to like guide us on what to say. Not really how to say it now, but what to say. I already discussed on how to say what you want to say. Well, we are going to also, I think the next episode we are going to talk about how, like the how as in not the words, but the how as in the tone and probably the body language. So this is what to say. So first, there is a technique that they call the It's the I message technique. So it's a kind of technique whereby when you are conversing, you start with hi. You're expressing how you feel without actually blaming the other person for feeling that way. You're not saying that this person is the one that is making me feel this way. You're not saying the other person is the one that is making you feel that way. You're not being judgmental. You're not passing the blame. You are not. There's this English. You are not gaslighting. Yes, there's that. You're not gaslighting. You're expressing your feeling, but you are very careful not to pass the blame, because, like I mentioned last week, yes, it's cool to be expressive and to be able to say what you want to say or what you feel like saying at the time that you feel like saying them. But it's very important as humans and as social people to be able to empathize with other people and consider their feelings in everything you want to say, or in how you want to say whatever it is you're feeling like. So this technique is such that focus on your feeling without making the other person feel attacked or feel judged or feel bad. So I'm going to give a few examples. For example, you say for example, there's a situation whereby you've been sending text message to somebody. So for communication, actually, I do not believe that it's boxed into just a romantic relationship. I believe that it's like it has to do with every kind of relationship that we have, right? So for example, you have been sending text message to a particular person and the person has not responded. Maybe the person has even read the text messages, So instead of coming to attack to say, bro, so girl, so I've been sending you text messages on this and then you cannot reply, blah 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 shit, and like say all of the things you have in your mind, It's good to start a conversation with something like, I feel really confused, or I feel really bad that you would not reply to my text message, depending on, of course, the situation surrounding the situation surrounding the fact that he or she has not replied. So yeah, you could say you feel confused that the person has not replied your text message, especially if it's a situation where it's the person that actually said you should message him. Or you could say you feel unhappy that the person has not replied the text message. If the text message that has to do with something you're requesting for, or something that you request, maybe the person that you expect that the person would want to listen to you, maybe you just wanted someone to talk to and all of that. So instead of attacking the person, make it an high thing. Express what you feel. I don't feel good that you won't reply my text messages. I've sent messages since I've been sending you messages since yesterday and you're yet to reply. It doesn't make me feel good. I don't feel great about it. It's something the problem. Something like that. Another example is maybe someone cancel up on you, or there's something I'm sorry, I keep bringing up personal issues, but yeah, it's so that you understand better. Yeah, so I personally don't like when I have to wait up for someone, especially when I have to wait at the junction. Maybe I'm coming to your place and I really don't know where it is or where you're at, and then you say, okay, I'm almost there, wait for me. I'm going to give 5 minutes. Most times I'm patience for 5 minutes, and then after 5 minutes I get restless, because it feels like the whole world is moving and then I'm stagnant. That's what it feels like, and so that feeling, I don't like it. So if I want to, so I'm sharing all of this because I am learning them. I mean, all of the things I share on this channel are not things that I'm perfect 100% in. There are things that I am learning. There are things I am relearning. Some things that I am unlearning as well. And then I thought, okay, let me share with you guys so that we learn together and we grow together. That's the mindset. All right. So in that kind of situation, for example, I'd call you. I'll call you, and I probably will not even use this eye technique. I don't think that I would. But now, of course, I'm learning this now. So yes. I'd call you and be like, I've been waiting. I don't feel. I think it all depends on the person that you're talking to. All of the texts depend on who you're talking to. So if you're someone close, I could say, I've been waiting for a while. What's up? Where are you? Right? If you're someone that I don't even feel comfortable meeting in the first place, I probably will not be that nice with my tone. It might be the same words, but the tone will be different, and that talks to how you say what you want to say, right? So, but in the right way to communicate, you're supposed to have something like, I don't like it when, let's say I don't like it. I don't like it when you keep me stranded or keep me waiting, or cancel out or cancel on me, something like that. Another example, I feel disappointed that you won't talk to me. If you think that you're having issues with your friends or your partner being open to you, instead of attacking the person and say that's how you will not talk to me, I'll be asking you questions and you won't reply, you're secretive, you are just this, you are that. Instead of making it about the person and making it easy the person is attacked, what you get from that is that the person becomes very defensive, and then whatever they say next is in defense of themselves or defense of their action. All right, but when you come about it and say, I really don't feel disappointed that you do not trust me enough to actually tell me about yourself, or you don't trust my maturity enough to handle this situation. The person comes to a point where they see what you feel and they feel sorry for that action, and so they come to a point and say, okay, first they say, I'm sorry, but this is why, and then you get a constructive conversation from there, right? I hope that you see the difference. I mean, what you get when you attack someone is that they defend themselves, but what you get when you express what you feel about what the other person has done is that they explain the reasons for their action. And I honestly think that that's like the right way to go for any kind of relationship, especially of course for romantic relationships. So another aspect or another way to go about communicating, saying things the right way, is first you observe what exactly is the issue. Okay, let's say the issue is that this person forgot I don't want to say forgot my birthday, because that sounds a bit petty, but yes, it's something that, I totally believe in communicating everything that you cannot maybe let go of. There's some things that happen and you can tolerate and you can just make excuse for the person in your head and that's it. But for things that you are bothered about, please by all means communicate them at the very right time. It might not be the right time might not be immediately, but make sure that you communicate them, because what happens when you pile up issues is that they escalate, and one day, boom, you just throw up, and then somebody's like, from where to where, what happened? I mean, it's just this one issue, and then you begin to bring up issues from past months and past years, and then the person's like, oh really, it doesn't make sense again. So it's important that you deal with issues as soon as they come, as soon as you can. Like I said, the right time to talk about issue might not be immediately they come up, but it's important that you talk about them as soon as they come up. Do not pile up issues. If you are bothered by them and you cannot let go, you cannot seem to stop being offended or something, talk about it. So if you are a person like me and you would have issues with somebody forgetting, but especially your significant other, as the case may be, and you want to communicate that, first the observation is, okay, this guy forgot my birthday. So you are going to come to say, oh babe, you forgot my birthday, and then you express what you feel about it. It didn't feel nice, or maybe it's still the same day, it didn't feel nice that you would forget. I don't understand why you will. And then you communicate your need. Babe, is it possible that you don't forget next time? I know, these things might be hard because at that point you're hot, and that's why I said that do not be careful not to communicate your feelings at the peak, when it's hot. Like if you are angry or you are hot, for example, you might actually miscommunicate because you might end up saying what you do not mean. There's something that's been in my mind I want to tell a friend of mine, and I have been stalling because I want to ensure that every emotion is dead and I can talk as rightly as possible, communicate the right things, say the things that I actually want to say and what I mean. All right, and that is it. That is the key to communication. And before you know it, you're able to say anything. You're able to say what you want to say, while of course being empathetic and considering the other person. I want to stop here today. I don't want this episode to be unnecessarily long, since we still have 2 Fridays to talk about communication. So I'm just going to spend every other thing I have on this for next week. I think next week we're also still going to be talking about what to say and then how to say it. And then of course next week I'm going to be talking more on the body language and the tone thing. So if you have questions, please send them in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Spotify or Audiomack, you can send your questions to the page as well. There is a part in me that has question and answer, so you can do that. And if you know me personally, of course my DM is open and you can send your questions there. If you are following me on Instagram, you can also send me DM on Instagram. My name is Damiola Daisy on Instagram. Yeah, so if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, this is your cue to do so. Click on the subscribe button and of course on the notification bell as well, so that you get updated whenever we have a new content up. Yeah, this is the end of today's episode. I hope that you've learned something. I believe that you've learned something. Thank you for coming by, and please do not ever forget that I love you and I appreciate that you keep coming back. Don't forget to share this message, of course, to your partner, your friends, their partner, everybody. Let's all grow together, all right? Till I come your way again next week, take care of yourself. Please communicate better, be a better communicator. Stay loved, stay happy. Bye, guys.